Hey everyone, welcome back to the month ahead astrology and cards for your sign. This is for October 2023. I'm going to talk about the astrology first, like I always do, and then get to the cards for your sign's element. So October looks to be a pretty busy month with a lot going on, and we've got eclipses coming back, so it could be considered an intense month in many ways. I'm going to go through the dates in chronological order in regards to the energy. So obviously we're still in Libra season until we get to later in the month when we go into Scorpio season. So happy birthday to the Librans and the Scorpios that are having birthdays this month. October 6th we have Mercury moving into the sign of Libra. So what this means is we're going to be more focused on relationships on the level of mind and thinking. We're going to be trying to balance things out. Libra is all about being very aware of equality, balance, what works in relationships, what doesn't work, and just mute my phone. And also fairness is a big issue as well for having Mercury go into the sign of Libra. It does help also for situations where you have to negotiate or where you have to find the middle ground or some kind of compromise. So if there's anything to do with, disputes, mediation, legal matters even, or just trying to resolve problems in relationships, Mercury in Libra is a really good energy that can help us to do that. So that's, I think that can be quite a helpful transit with Mercury going through Libra. And it's quite a chill energy. Libra is quite a chill sort of sign overall. And so I think mentally we might find that space to relax if we haven't been relaxing very much. From October 6th when Mercury goes into Libra, we'll be able to find a bit more space to socialize and relax and connect with people that we care about. Next we have October 10th. Venus, planet of love and finances, moves into detail-orientated Virgo. This is not the best position for Venus. You've probably heard me say that before in the past if you've been watching me for a while. In astrology, different planets have different placements where they work well or where they struggle. And Venus in Virgo is considered fall position in astrology, meaning it struggles to express itself in relationships and with finances in a way that can function well. So basically what you'll find is Venus in Virgo can be a bit too critical of, loved ones, can be critical in relationships, critical of potential partners, tending to see more what's wrong, what the problems are, what needs to be fixed rather than what's going right. Like if you have Venus in Virgo natally, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about in your natal chart. But while Venus from October 10 moves into Virgo, and it will be there for a few weeks or so, usually Venus spends 2 to 3 weeks in a sign, we might feel a bit more negative about our relationship. So if that's the case, just know it's probably that influence, which is affecting our lens of perception on our relationships. In one way it can be if you've been sort of too much into rose-colored glasses and not seeing situations clearly, or if you've been sweeping things under the rug in relationships. This Venus in Virgo is not going to allow you to do that anymore. It's going to show you the flaws. It's going to show you the foibles and the problems in a relationship or with another person. It can also make relationships a bit more difficult where it's hard to hear where the other person's coming from because you're so focused on what your personal gripe is in the relationship. So just be aware that that's going to be kind of a pointed energy for relationships. It is going to help that we do have Mercury in Libra. Okay, but it's weird because it is a mutual reception here between Mercury in Libra and Venus in Virgo. So just to explain, this is a little bit convoluted, but it's more advanced astrology. Mercury is in a Venus ruled sign and Venus is in a Mercury ruled sign, and that's mutual reception. So these energies in a way can actually work together to sort of harmonize, but the problem is that Venus is in fall in Virgo. If Venus was in another sign, say it was Venus in Gemini, it might not be as difficult. But anyway, the basic point is that because there are going to be some problems surfacing in relationships for a lot of people, especially mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces are the mutable signs. Those signs are probably going to find it more challenging. With having that Mercury in Libra at the same time, it's actually going to allow us to see the other person's point of view and analyze things with a bit more clarity. So that's actually a good thing. Moving on, October 11th, Pluto goes direct. Yay. So if you're a Pluto ruled person, meaning if you're a Scorpio rising, if you've got Pluto conjunct moon, if you've got Pluto conjunct ascendant in your natal chart, if you've got a stellium in Scorpio, if you've got what else, Scorpio sun, moon or rising, you're going to find that this Pluto transit going direct is going to allow you to feel a sense of a bit more personal empowerment, coming back in more of a flow. You're not going to feel as held back. Again, that's the Scorpio ruled people. Or if you're having Pluto transits close to, like Pluto close to your moon or Pluto close to your ascendant, this is going to feel in some way, depending what it's doing to your chart, but just broadly speaking, it's going to feel like you're going to start to feel a bit of momentum coming back in your personal power. Okay, so that's a good thing. So if you've been feeling disempowered, this is going to be good for you from October 11th. All right, next, October 13th, Mars enters Scorpio, where it's in dignity, which is great. So Mars at the moment is in detriment, not a great placement for Mars in Libra. It is going into Scorpio, so that's a good energy. We'll feel a bit more fortified physically, more ambition, more drive, more energy. So that's good if you've got like Scorpio placements. Once again, this is going to be helpful. So if you've got Mars in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising Scorpio, this is going to help you to get your mojo back, basically. So that's a good transit, and that starts from October 13th. Then we have on October 14th a new moon solar eclipse on 21 degrees of Libra. So the solar eclipses are always a seed of a new beginning, and it is something that's going to pan out over the course of the next 6 months or so. So whatever begins for you around October 14th, the new moon solar eclipse is at 21 of Libra, like I said. It could be a challenging new beginning because it does oppose a North Node in Aries and square Pluto in Capricorn, so there's some tense aspects there. But even with that, solar eclipse is always a new start in some way. Libra is about relationships and partnerships and contracts. You might want to look at where you've got Libra in your personal chart as to where you might be having this new beginning, because eclipses are always a bit more powerful than just a regular new moon, obviously. And in the same month, we also have a full moon partial lunar eclipse that is on October 28th at 5 degrees of Taurus. That conjuncts Jupiter in Taurus. Interesting. That's quite a strong energy there for that full moon. So this is all about stability, security, abundance, drawing in the material side of life, but also appreciation of the simple things. And your personal peace is going to be very important, your sense of calm. So under this full moon partial lunar eclipse, you may feel the importance of your sense of peace in life, your sense of groundedness and stability. You're going to be very interested in what's real and what's true and what's authentic and what's wholesome, rather than kind of getting swept up in something that isn't quite right or just doesn't feel stable. That could relate to anything depending on your personal chart where you have the sign of Taurus. So if it's on your 4th house of your home life, you're going to feel like either something's coming to an end in your home life, because full moons are always about releasing something, or you might have realizations like you're in an ending phase of something to do with your home life or your family life in some aspect. If it's your relationship area, it could be letting go of something that a connection or relationship that doesn't make you feel at peace anymore. If it's in your work situation, your 6th house, you might feel like you're letting go of an aspect of your job or moving on to another job, or letting go of an old, possibly an old client or an old connection with work, something like that. And again, eclipses always have a factor in the future. So we're looking at the next 3 to 6 months, an influence. And, you might notice something at the time, but then it evolves over the course of the next 3 to 6 months. And the last thing I wanted to mention was that Saturn this month will retrograde back to 1, and then towards the end of the month, middle to end of the month, 0 degrees of Pisces. So anyone that's born at the very, very beginning of Pisces, like literally the first few days of Pisces, may feel, well, is definitely going to feel that sense of tension in the air, difficulty, challenges, feeling like things are hard work. So if you're one of those Pisces, Sun, Moon or Rising people that's born at the beginning of your sign, you're going to have to take a deep breath and you know, yes, put the efforts in, but don't overexert yourself too much or push things too hard. But it is a hard working time for those Pisces people. All right, so for the cards, before I get to the cards, just a quick message. If you'd like to book a reading, go to my website. The turnaround time at the moment is 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, because I'm very, very, very booked up at the moment with in-person and online orders. But it's 2 to 3 weeks turnaround. If you're in Sydney, you'd like to book a reading with me, you can contact me through my website email address. What else? Patreon, come join me there. I do more frequent uploads than I do on YouTube, and I do around roughly 3, 4, sometimes 5 videos a month, depending. I have psychic development tier on Patreon if you want to learn about tarot and psychic development. And you also get access to all the other videos if you join that one as well. There's a bunch of different things on there. You can check it out. If you have questions, let me know. That's it. So I'm going to get into the cards for. I might start with, what am I going to start with? Since it's Libra season, I'm going to start with the air signs. Okay, so I'll start with Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. Let's see what the energies are for you guys for the air signs for October 2023. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. By the way, this deck that I'm using is the Oracle of Delphi, a new deck that I have, which I'm excited to use. I love this deck. It's really gorgeous. Also using the Heaven and Earth Tarot here. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This one, oh, I didn't mean to turn it over. I might get 2 tarot cards actually. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, October. Okay. All right. Last card, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, October. Let's see what we've got. Where's my Astro dice? Yeah, I want the Astro dice because I might want to use those in a minute as well. Let's see what card we have. Wow, we have Empath. Feel, relate, understand, console. It's a beautiful card. Look at that. It's so much like soft feminine energy. Makes me think divine feminine energy, this one. Oh, we have the King of Cups. Goodness, look at him. Feeling very romantic there. So you might have someone around you who's interested in you, but we have the Defeat card here. Air sign. So this is like something could be, look, again, these are general readings, so take what makes sense for you. And if it doesn't make sense, I would recommend looking at your moon or rising sign. If you're looking at this for your sun sign or moon sign, look at the other placements to see what else makes sense. But for romance, this is a couple of things. For some people, this is going to be an interest in somebody, that you have an interest in somebody. Could be a water sign because we have cups here. It doesn't have to be, but it's Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. With the Five of Swords is like either you're willing to fight for a connection even though you feel like there's uncertainty, or, you know, someone's interested in you but maybe not a lot has happened yet. That's one way it could play out. Or for some people, this could be someone that you've known for quite a while, like many years I'm getting, and there could have been some arguments, or could be some arguments coming up in October, but I am sensing resolving them. I am getting that. So, and it's come up here with this really sensitive feminine energy here. So it's saying that through the use of your patience and empathy, which, you know, could be a test for you. I'm not saying you're not empathic, but sometimes we get tested with people that trigger us, or with situations that we have already been patient with, and it's like, how much patience do I need? But this is saying, you know, your soft feminine receptive side is actually going to help you with this situation. For some people, it's also an energy of not trying to control the external so much. With the Five of Swords, can be like the ego wants to make, you know, something happen here too much, like too forcefully. So to come back into this softer energy would actually help the situation. Well, we have the World, which says be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. So for some air signs, this is about overseas travel. As we see the globe here, I am getting that. Either yourself traveling, if not in October, thinking about travel, planning travel in the future for yourself. If not, someone could be traveling to you, or someone that's come from overseas. It could be the connection with this. on the romantic level, because I'm getting a lot of romantic energy with the King of Cups and this feminine energy here, which is super romantic vibes. And it is Libra season, and Mercury's in Libra. Everyone's thinking about their relationships by the looks of it. Eclipse season, very powerful energies. Let's see for the air signs, what else? Yeah, look at this, all about relationships. 7th house in astrology is relationships. Oh, Mars in Aries is fighting energy. Gosh, I don't know why I just heard those are fighting words. I don't know why. That could be for one person. This is a very intense energy, Mars in Aries in the 7th house. You might feel like people are competing with the situation in your life or with you personally, or there's jealousy around you as well. That could be a totally different issue to the relationship, or it could be connected. Very strong energy. This is like feeling very driven to make a relationship work, either you or another person. It's really strong. It's almost like I heard the word overzealous, so be careful of getting out of balance this month. Again, it's Libra season. It's all about trying to have that balance. But with the eclipses, it could bring in a kind of intense energy. And really, that full moon that happens, well, as I'm filming this, it hasn't happened yet, but it will be on the 29th of September, okay? That's in Aries, and we have Aries here. So that's going to influence something about the first part of October, because it tips over into the first few days of October, that full moon, right? So this could also talk about that first week of October, I want to say, with your relationships being extra intense, or feeling, you're feeling very intense about your relationships, air signs. Okay. The Mars and Aries energy can also be very passionate. It can be very persistent as well. So it's come up quite strongly about feeling very persistent. Just going to sip my tea and then go to the water signs. Okay, water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for October. Oh, look what you guys have. The 10 of Cups. Gosh, that's nice, water signs. I'm glad my rising sign's water sign. That's very hopeful. So that's like happiness and fulfillment in a connection with someone. Open communication, flowing emotion in a good way. Then we have the Hanged Man. Okay, so this is like if some situation was stuck. Again, it comes up with relationships. Interesting. If a situation was stuck in the romantic relationship sphere and someone was like thinking about coming forward to communicate heartfelt feelings, this looks like it's happening. Wow, it's happening in October for a lot of the water signs. This one wants to come out. Lionheart. Wow. Prevail, endure, dare, confront. Ooh. Look at that card. It's like the courage of the lion. This gladiator is like dressed, in what looks like pure gold. And gold is the energy of the solar plexus, which is personal empowerment. Leo represents the heart and the heart's truth. So there's definitely something here of, I feel, someone coming forward to you, water signs, expressing their personal emotional truth. And this could be sort of a relief for you with the 10 of Cups. This could be something that you felt or wanted for a long time. Let's see what else for October. Lots of romantic messages. Water signs. Oh, wow, you have the Star. Hard times are over. Look forward to abundance of happiness, enthusiasm and positivity. And it's 29, which is an 11. There could be a message here for some twin flames watching in the water sign group. The Star is really powerful. It's like we have the Sun and the Star. Gosh. Let's look at the astro dice here for the water signs. Sun in the 4th house in Scorpio. That's a deep connection. Ooh, 4th house can be like soulmates. Like if you're looking at relationship astrology and you have like 4th house overlays, or if you have 4th house stellium in a composite or in synastry, that's for those people that know like what I'm talking about. That can be like very strong and deep soulmate connection. So it shows, it's really clearly talking about soulmate connections here, or twin flames here, for the water signs watching that have that type of connection. If you're a water sign, you're not feeling a resonance with this, I'd pick your moon or rising or whatever your other sign to see what other messages might be there. But there is something beautiful happening for you in October at some point of the month that is going to be very healing, is what I'm getting. So stay patient because it's coming. This can indicate that you've been waiting for this. Okay, I like that. I really love that. It's very different. I feel like these messages are super different compared to what normally comes up. All right, interesting. Let's go to the fire signs. Oh God, the fire. Look at this and the fire just like bursted out. You can't make this up. Oh, I love it. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Look at you guys. You're ready to just like rock and roll. This is the Knight of Wands, and Wands are fire, obviously. You can see that with this card, but I love the fact that this card shows him just ablaze, going through the fires, feeling very passionate there. And then we have, is this the Ten of Pentacles? Oh, it is too. It is too. So the Ten of Pentacles is security and stability. So this is really nice, fire signs. It shows that you're feeling, on the one hand, very secure and stable in your life at this time. Like, could be your finances are good at the moment. You feel like you're in a good, stable routine. You know, it may not mean life is perfect, but you're just feeling like a sense of stability and security. And this is saying you're also feeling passionate about something. You're excited about something, and that you want to go forward to. And that could be anything from like a creative project to a new romance, to making more money, to further stabilizing your life. You could be more ambitious than usual, or having an ambitious surge. So that's interesting. Let's see what else comes up for the fire signs. Ooh. It says seer, see, enlighten, visualize, interpret. So you'll be getting signs and messages, and if you, it looks like animal signs here. You can see the owl and the stag in the background, and yeah, it's like spirit is trying to communicate to you quite strongly this month with animal signs. I would say more strongly, but also through, could be visions, could be dreams, could be just knowings that you get that just come over you. Fire signs. Let's see what else. Fire signs for October. Lovers. Ooh, that's nice. I love this card. It's got such a pretty vibe to it. There are two paths ahead. Be true to yourself. Okay. So this might be about having two choices in love, two people that you're interested in, maybe weighing up options in love, or thinking about what's next in love. And I feel like with the seer card being above it, I feel like that is connected, saying that this month you'll be getting messages from spirit. I don't know why they just show me clouds, like scrying the clouds. So looking up at the clouds and seeing if you can see particular, sometimes you can see the trippiest things in clouds, like animals. I've seen like animals like rabbits, and I've seen even numbers, faces, shapes. I saw a dragon once, a dragon shape. Yeah, some amazing things. So keep an eye on the clouds when you have a moment, or when it's one of those days where the clouds are changing and shifting, and you can scry the clouds. Pretty cool. So, because I've been getting these messages coming to you that way. But let's look what else for the fire signs. Neptune, Aquarius, 12th house. Oh gosh, that's so, like, it's so clearly saying messages from spirit are trying to come through. So you got your guides, and you've got your ancestors and people that have passed. Maybe, you know, maybe not all of them at once, but that'd be a bit much. But they're trying to get messages through to you, because there may be things that you're wanting to see about your future, and you're asking, can you show me a sign about this? Can you show me a sign about that? And it's like they're coming through, and sometimes they're just coming through when you totally forget and don't even ask. So a lot of beautiful messages. There's something about choices in relationships as well this month for the fire signs. What am I up to now? I'm up to the earth signs. Okay. Let's have a look for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What's coming up for October? Oh, this literally jumped out. You guys have the Archer, focus, align, pivot, surrender. Interesting. It's interesting because it seems contradictory to me that it says focus and then surrender. That really caught my attention. You know what it could be, what I'm getting from this is, it could be if there's something that you've been really focused on, hyper focused on, it's like saying let go and just trust that you'll make your mark. It's like this archer has to align the bow and arrow, but at some point they have to let go and just trust that it's going to get close or hit the mark, right? So it's like I'm hearing at some point you have to let go. So that could be a message about, again, I feel like they talk about love and relationships. I feel like this whole reading is about that. All right, interesting. And it's also about trusting yourself, is what I'm getting. Both signs, trusting yourself, trusting your instinct with the direction that you want to go. I'm getting a message too. I'm looking at that staircase that's in grey in the background, and I feel like I heard, was it a waste of time? And I feel like Spirit says no. So if there was something that you thought was a waste of time, like with a relationship, Spirit Spirit says no, it wasn't. There's things that you had to learn, there's processes that you had to go through. Okay. Interesting, the Five of Cups. Yeah, that relates to what I was saying. It's like feeling like maybe you were disappointed by somebody in the past. Earth signs. I don't know why, but Earth signs been getting the Five of Cups forever. In my readings, every now and then. Not every reading, but a lot of readings will be getting this Five of Cups. So, you know, this can be where you feel like people have let you down, but it's like at the same time, through this process, you're learning about really how to love yourself in a true way, to connect with your authentic self and not be so worried about the approval from others or worried about what other people think. And that's what I'm getting from that. It's like you've had to learn to fill your own cup and to love yourself when people have disappointed you, and that's reorientated you back to you. The King of Swords. Okay, yeah, so interesting. This can be that you're communicating this month, or you're having some kind of connection with an air sign, because Swords is air. Okay, and it looks like, oh, I don't know why I did want to know another card. We have what, the Hierophant here. Ooh. Okay, so it could be something about relationship, stability in a relationship. This is Taurus energy, stability in a relationship. Wanting, you know, having wanted that, but it's maybe has eluded you, which if you're a Taurus, like myself, with Uranus in Taurus, or if you're a Taurus, you would have felt that the most difficult, because Uranus has been in our sign, shaking everything up, tipping everything on its head. It's just like, this is not the time to seek stability really in a relationship. It's just not really for Tauruses. Dragonfly. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. See, this is what I'm getting. You've had to connect to your more spiritual side. You've had to transform from the inside out with the 8. The 8 is personal empowerment. It's also about finances. So in the month of October, you are coming out of this sad energy, which is what I'm feeling here with this. You're coming out of that, and you're coming into more personal stability. And I also heard personal responsibility, and also abundance. I'm getting for those signs, like a lot of flow of abundance. The dragonfly represents the spirit world and messages from spirit as well. So your ancestors, loved ones who have crossed over, they could be giving you messages. Earth signs, we have, yep, look at this, the first house, which is the house of self, identity, who you are. That strength of self in Capricorn, it's like unbreakable. Capricorn on the first house is like Capricorn rising, a very strong energy, and obviously Capricorn is an earth sign. We're doing earth signs here. Venus is like having this lesson and a breakthrough around this lesson in the month of October around self-love, self-responsibility, honoring yourself, being true to yourself, and reaching like a new level of inner strength is what I'm getting with Venus in Capricorn, and really valuing you. That's what I'm getting with that first house Venus and Capricorn. Powerful stuff. Wow. So that was the reading, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you again next month. Bye. Have a good month.